Leica, the painted wolf pup. For this youngster, growing up wild is one giant adventure. To survive in this dry African wilderness, she must learn the laws of the land. Like who is friend and who is foe. Leica's nomadic family usually live life on the road. Learning to run with the pack will be her greatest test. Across the world, baby animals are taking their first steps and tackling their first challenges. They are the next hope for their kind. They are the new kids in the wild. Irindi Nature Reserve, Central Namibia. A vast, arid wilderness. This dry plateau lies deep in the Namibian highlands. It's one of the most remote places in Africa, and at this time of year, it seldom rains. Despite these tough conditions, this is a wildlife hotspot. Some of the world's most iconic animals live here. It's also home to one of Africa's most endangered predators. Of African wild dogs, also known as painted wolves. It's thought there are just 6,500 left in the wild. Human development is diminishing their natural home. To protect the species, some of this pack have GPS collars. They can be tracked and observed, still live a wild existence. Each one is an intelligent, finely tuned predator. Yet teamwork is their greatest strength. They roam, hunt, and help raise the family together. The main decision maker is the pack's alpha female, Zima. At 7 years old, she's nearing the end of her reign, but with age comes wisdom. She's cool-headed, decisive, and determined. Her second in command is the pack's alpha male and her main breeding partner. The 9 other family members rely on her skill and leadership to find food. That's why they fall in line when Zima decides to hunt. No bigger than a dog, Zima's not much of a threat on her own. But with her pack behind her, it's a different story. Zima's hunting party can tire and overwhelm much larger prey. Today, everyone's in a hurry to finish eating. They've got somewhere important to be. Painted wolves are wanderers by nature, but for a few months of the year, they settle into a home base. The reason? Waits in a converted termite mound. Little Leica. One of 10-month-old pups. She's spent most of her life so far huddled in the safety of the den. But Leica is already proving to be the boldest of the bunch. The outside world is an exciting new playground. She's still much too vulnerable to stray far. It will be months before Leica can fend for herself. Keeping tabs on the little pup and her siblings is a full-time job. But Zima won't have to do it alone. The whole pack pitches in on pup care. They've put their wandering ways on hold to hunker down and help raise the youngsters. Little Leica's a born nomad. She's already getting itchy feet. Keeping one eye on the grown-ups, she tests her boundaries. She's an adventurous pup and seems to inspire her siblings to follow her lead. Her hunter instinct is already kicking in. Leica's hot on the trail of big game. For her, at least. These collared doves are common amongst much of Namibia. The grown-ups ignore them. But for a hunter in training, they're great practice. Getting close enough to seal the deal isn't so easy. Almost had him. Leica has a long way to go if she's going to leave the den and run with the pack. Right now, there's a more pressing matter. This black rhino is venturing dangerously close to the den. These short-tempered guys can weigh over 1,000 kilograms and will trample a painted wolf. The grown-ups know to keep their distance. But little Leica is curious about her new neighbor. She needs to be careful. She might be small, but this Rhino won't appreciate her getting too close. The adults decide it's best to rein her in. They quickly move the pups underground to the safety of their den. Zima and the other adults hold their ground. And the rhino moves on. Leica and her family face much bigger problems than a rhino. It's June in Namibia, normally the start of the dry season. But this year, it's come early. It hasn't rained for months. A bad drought would cut Leica's odds of survival by half. If Zima's going to provide enough for everyone, she has to ensure the pack makes a kill almost every day. With a drought as severe as this, the adults must travel twice as far to avoid competition from other predators. Leica and her siblings are left behind at the den for a long time today. But with painted wolves, help is always at hand. The pups have a babysitter. This is Leica's uncle. A veteran of the pack. His best hunting days are behind him, so he's been put in charge of puppy daycare. For the most part, he lets the pups play amongst themselves. They're developing their hunting skills. Wrestling helps the pups grow stronger and improves their agility. And if it gets too boisterous, Uncle steps in with a firm paw. But he's not just a guardian. He's also Leica's favourite playmate. Even if he doesn't always want to play along. Right now, he has a bit of den maintenance to work on. It's important that the youngsters have a secure home. Tireless Leica decides to try and help out. It's not easy when you have such tiny legs. But Leica's a smart pup. Watching her uncle, she soon gets into the swing of things. All this digging is hungry work. Luckily, their wait is just about over. Uncle hears it first. It's the rest of the pack, returning from their expedition. Leica's mum, Zima, has led them on a successful hunt. That means it's feeding time for the pups. Meat is now on the menu. The pack made their kill far from the den, but they can't easily carry 7 kilograms of meat in their jaws. So they have an ingenious food delivery system. They carry it in their bellies and throw it back up at home. Dinner time becomes a tug of war. Zima and the other adults try to keep things in order. But feeding time is an opportunity for the pups to show who's boss. Every painted wolf must earn its position on the social ladder. The more naturally dominant will reach the top of the pecking order. Leica is more than holding her own. But she may have bitten off more than she can chew. Her uncle tries his luck. But Leica is not done. You'll have to wait until the pups have had their fill. Once they've gorged to breaking point, the food stupor quickly sets in. And it's not just the pups. Leica's mum, Zima, and the other adults have provided enough food for everyone. But these handouts won't last forever. Before long, Leica will be expected to play her own role in the pack's hunting party. This dry season is particularly harsh. Drought or no drought, the painted wolves still need to hunt most days. Leica and her siblings are almost 7 weeks old. Nowhere near strong enough to hunt themselves. But today, the pups are in for a treat. They get to head out with the pack. It's the pups' first short trip away from the safety of the den. Leica's mum Zima leads the way. Painted wolves spend most of their lives on the run. It's important that everyone is fit enough to keep up. Not content to follow, headstrong Leica charges to the front of the pack. The other pups are hot on her heels. And pretty soon, the whole pack is up and running together. They enter a patch of scrub where they meet one of the neighborhood's stranger-looking residents. Little Leica has never seen anything like this towering Goliath. This bull giraffe doesn't pay her any attention. Even the rest of the pack don't seem to faze him. On occasion, painted wolves will tackle prey much larger than themselves. But taking down something this size would be a tall order. He isn't traveling alone either. As Leica watches these colossal nomads, one of the pack catches an unwelcome scent. Zima has picked up on it too. Lions, the pack's mortal enemy. Given a chance, they will kill pups and adults alike. But these deadly predators have their own cubs in tow. Like the painted wolves, the whole pride plays a role in the cubs' upbringing. Their cubs aren't ready to hunt yet. They depend on the skills of their mother, just like Leica. Zima and this lioness are in direct competition for food. The ongoing drought has caused their mutual prey to concentrate around the few remaining water sources, bringing the lions within a kilometer of the pack's den. It's bad news for Leica's family. They're no match for the lion's size and strength, and they've lost members to this pride in the past. Zima has a tough choice to make. If they stay, they risk losing their kills. Or even worse, their lives. Ideally, the pups should be spending their first few months at the den. But Zima can't take the risk. The seasoned leader decides they need to relocate. Instead of returning home, she leads the pack further into the bush. Leica's first day out has turned into a long trek. The adults in the pack are used to traveling far and wide. But Leica and the pups don't understand the need to keep moving. They're more interested in play fighting. The pack has no time for rough and tumble. They don't want to have to sleep on the open ground. So Leica's forced back on the march. After covering 25 kilometers, they reach their destination. An old den site from years past. Here, on the fringe of their territory, water is scarce and prey is much less plentiful. But at least the pups are safe from the lions. Weeks later, and still no rain. In recent years, much of Namibia has seen less and less water due to climate change. This year's drought is the worst in 40 years, putting the squeeze on all the animals here, including Leica's family. The pack is reduced to picking at the bones of an old kill. But at least they have a home. Despite the tough times, Leica and her siblings have almost doubled in size. They're also playing twice as hard. At almost 11 weeks old, Leica is showing signs of a leader in the making. All the pups are thriving, but she's the strongest of the litter. Their good health is only possible through some members of the pack going without. For painted wolves, the pups are the priority. With so little to go around, adults like Uncle often go hungry. He can barely keep awake. It's a necessary sacrifice to ensure the next generation have the best chance at survival. Zima needs to make a decision. The pups rely on the den for safety. But more than that, they need food. This location isn't paying off. They must find another with more abundant prey. She pulls on 7 years of experience and comes up with a plan. There is a place where she's found refuge during previous dry seasons. It's a long, arduous journey. But the others trust her enough to follow. At least young Leica and her siblings are a little bigger now. A touch faster. They can just about keep up with the adults. They're energetic, but the pups lack discipline. Leica picks up a strange new scent. She follows her nose into the bush. Only to find a peculiar sight. A marabou stork. It's a scavenger looking for carcasses. These birds can stand up to 1.5 meters tall. But he's no threat to Leica. Still, their situation is precarious. Her adventure is taking her further from the pack. Leica won't survive long out here on her own. This is a land of predators and giants. Up ahead, the adults have realized they're one pup short. They're tired and hungry, but muster the energy for a search party. Painted wolves have a special long-distance call. They only use it when one of the pack goes missing in action. This piercing whoop can be heard up to 3 kilometers away. But Irindi is vast. Leica hears something. She tries to follow the sound. Her pack gives one final rally. Zima has 9 other pups to protect. She can't put off the move any longer. The last-ditch calls have paid off. Just. They're reunited. But the search has robbed them of precious travel time. Tonight, they will have to sleep on open ground, with empty stomachs. As dawn breaks over Irindi, an unusual sound echoes across the land. The strange call grows louder and louder. crimson-breasted shrike. Or rather, two. This bird's morning call is actually a duet. The males and females are indistinguishable in looks, and also in harmony. The male calls first, then the female follows within a split second. So quick that it sounds like a single bird call. The hustle and bustle of the shrikes is a stark contrast to the exhausted Leica. She and her siblings are in no rush to rise. But Zima puts an end to the lie-in and rallies the rest of the troop. Back on the road. It's tough, but painted wolves are built for life on the move. Still, the drought is taking its toll. Zima's leading from the front, but knows she can only push the pack so far. A rumble in the bush halts the advance. Elephants. These grazers are far too big for the painted wolf pack to take on. But Zima's interested nonetheless. Elephants are also guided by a wise female. She's in her 50s, a veteran at leading her herd through the worst of droughts. Zima hangs back. Elephants are masters at finding water. They pass their migration routes down through the generations. The matriarch knows where she is going. And she's not the only one. Her low-frequency rumbles resonate across the arid scrubland. She can communicate with other herds up to 10 kilometers away. They're all after one thing. An oasis in the desert. The pack is not far behind. Zima's experience has proven invaluable. A drink is long overdue. It's a relief for the pups. And where there's water, there's prey. The pack has found the promised lands. But here, they must be careful where they tread. The drought doesn't just force prey into one place, but predators too. Crocodiles would just as soon snatch a painted wolf pup as they would an impala. The pack keep on their guard. Despite the danger, there are other neighbours getting the pack's attention. These male impala are practicing their rutting skills. They're one of painted wolves' favourite prey. Now could be a good time for the pack to strike. But there is way too much open ground to cover. And impala are far too fast. It would be wasted energy. The pack needs to wait for a better opportunity. Zima and the other adults scope out some wildebeest. By no means an easy target. A fully grown wildebeest outweighs a painted wolf by over 200 kilograms. Lions might succeed here, but painted wolves would need to find an injured adult or an unprotected calf. This herd is too strong. Little Leica has spotted a much better target. She has her eyes on this lone water buck. The rest of the pack catch on. They follow Leica's lead. The waterbuck would provide enough food for the whole family. These antelope are large and powerful. A hoof or horn could be fatal. The pack is tantalizingly close. They've been detected by the big buck. The chase is on. Leica and the other pups have come along for the ride, watching and learning the ways of the hunt. Pack spread out. Surrounding the water buck. It's a huge reward for the pack, and an even bigger moment for Leica. She and her siblings are getting their first taste of fresh meat. It's taken 2 moves and a resilient spirit to get here. But this change in diet signifies she is well on the way to adulthood. Now Leica is strong enough to keep up with the pack. She'll soon be taking part in the family's hunts. From a small and vulnerable baby to a tenacious, team-playing carnivore. She couldn't be further from the clumsy infant she once was. Her generation is the next great hope for the future of her species. And with Leica among them, that future looks bright. Meet Chinga, the baby lion. For this youngster, growing up wild is one giant adventure. To survive in this unforgiving wilderness, she must learn the laws of the land. Family is everything in this uncertain world. Her greatest challenge will be getting through her first year, with only half of lion cubs making it that far. Across the world, baby animals are taking their first steps and tackling their first challenges. They are the next hope for their kind. They are the new kids in the wild. This is Xena, a mighty lioness. The grizzled veteran's scars are a testament to a hunter's life. Right now, she's alone, on a self-imposed exile from her pride. And that usually means one thing. She's been hiding something. It's time to reveal her secret. Two months ago, she gave birth to 4 healthy cubs. The siblings consist of a pair of brothers and sisters. Smallest of the lot is Chinga. What she lacks in size, she makes up for with a feisty attitude. For a lioness, family is all important. And she's already forming a close bond with her sister. Since birth, she's had it easy. But she's about to have the biggest test of her young life. Her home, the Mala Mala Reserve, is part of the vast Greater Kruger Park. Stretching for over 130 square kilometers. This pristine habitat is the territory of the renowned Mala Mala lions. They are Chinga's family, but she's still to meet them. Today, Xena is finally ready to introduce her cubs to the pride. They need to be welcomed, as a growing lion relies on a pride for both safety and food. At 8 weeks old, their only protection is their mum. If Chinga and her siblings are not accepted, it would be fatal. The cubs stay close. It seems like Xena has picked the right moment. The others are feasting and pay no attention to the new arrivals. It's a good sign. But it means nothing if the cubs aren't welcomed by Mala Mala's strongest member. This is Caesar, the alpha male. His job is to protect the group's territory. In return, he gets priority access to the female's kills and exclusive breeding rights. His aim in life is to father as many children as he can. But if he suspects the cubs aren't his, he'll kill them. Luckily for Chinga, her scent passes the test, and a chilled-out Caesar gives his seal of approval. They're accepted. Protective Mum Xena can relax. While her siblings stay put, curious Chinga explores, introducing herself to her slightly older cousins. Chinga's new playmates may be bigger, but she holds her own. One by one, the Mala Mala females welcome her. The lionesses in a pride work together to raise their young. So alongside her mum, her aunties will make sure she's safe and fed. And out here, Chinga needs all the protection she can get. There's an intruder in town. A roaming bachelor looking to dethrone Caesar and take over his pride. Caesar has picked up his rival's scent. If the rogue is successful, he'll kill all the cubs. Like Caesar, he wants to father his own offspring. For Chinga, a pride invasion like this is her greatest threat. Before the trespasser gets any closer, Caesar strides out to face him. The females and cubs awake with no sign of their mate and father. A male is approaching. But which one? It's Caesar. Victory has come at a cost. Caesar is bruised and scarred. It's all part and parcel of being king. Chinga and her siblings are safe. The little cub has been protected by her father this time, but a lion never knows when it might need to fight. And this young lioness is already honing her skills. Play fighting prepares Chinga for her life as a warrior and hunter. The rough and tumble also strengthens social bonds. Chinga's favourite sparring partner is her sister. As a female, it's important she connects with other lionesses. Her mum's bond with Chinga's auntie is testament to this. The two are inseparable. Since birth, they've survived life in the wilds, side by side. Like her mum and aunt, Chinga and her sister will likely remain with the pride for the rest of their lives, hunting and raising cubs together. But that's a long way off. At 2 months old, Chinga's not even ready for her first taste of meat. She'll rely on her mother's milk longer than any other big cat cub. It will be another 8 months until she's completely weaned. And there is no guarantee she will make it that far. Lion infants have just a 50-50 chance of surviving the weaning stage. For Xena, feeding her cubs uses up lots of energy. She needs to double what she eats to produce enough milk. She must make a kill. Xena rallies her sisters. They know the drill. Cape buffalo. These grazers never stray far from water, so during the dry season, they're easy to find. But they are no easy target, weighing over 500 kilograms. Xena is in luck. An old bull is straying from the herd. A cooling bath could be a fatal mistake. Xena takes the lead, while her sister guides a flanking party, cutting off any escape route. It's all or nothing for the old bull. Xena ends begins his bolt for freedom. A feast of this size will keep the pride going for at least a few days. But in the vastness of the greater Kruger, a kill can attract unwanted guests. A spotted hyena, the sworn enemy of lions. The two species are famed for battling one another over fresh kills. Fortunately, this hyena is alone. Fiercely territorial, she is busy patrolling her clan's land, and wouldn't dare tangle with a lion pride on her own. But hyenas never stray too far from their family. The pride and clan are bound to come face to face soon. It's been a month since Chinga was introduced to the pride. This afternoon, most of the group are doing what lions do best. They spend up to 20 hours a day resting. But curious little Chinga has other plans. She heads off with her sister. Exploring the world together strengthens their growing bond. Venturing further from the pride, the cub's senses are in overdrive. Their wild neighbours come in all shapes and sizes. From the small and vulnerable to roaming giants. The cubs and their pride are not the only family in town. Elephants are close by, searching for food. Chinga instinctively keeps her distance. It's a wise move. Lions hunt young elephants, so the giants will trample their natural foe. The close encounter is enough for one day. They retreat to the safety of their home patch and family. Chinga never misses a chance to cozy up to her protective father Caesar. But her hunger puts an end to playtime. Zena's hungry too. She must hunt. But this time, it's different. Chinga gets to come along. Zena rouses the sleepy pride. Like a well-oiled machine, the pride is perfectly synchronized. Chinga's not far behind. For now, the cubs must hang back 50 meters. The adults have work to do, and they don't want to put the cubs in harm's way. During the dry season, the pride doesn't have to travel far. One of the few remaining water sources sits right in the middle of their territory. The pride detect a group of wildebeest and zebra heading their way for a drink. Working as a team, they spread out, surrounding their prey. Three females brazenly approach the herbivores. Herding them towards the tall grass. Where Zena and her sister lie in ambush. Timing is crucial. Attack too early, and they will be outrun. Zena's experience pays off. This young wildebeest isn't the pride's only victim. 2 kills in one day is a result. But Chinga's about to find out that the hunt is only half the battle. The lone hyena has returned. And this time, she's got backup. The whole clan is zeroing in on the pride's kills. An aunt leads Chinga and the cubs away. As the pride prepare for battle, they have the edge in strength, but they are massively outnumbered. However, they have a secret weapon. Caesar. He's twice the size of a hyena. His presence instantly rallies the females. The hyenas won't be stealing this meal. Caesar has yet again kept Chinga and the pride safe. It's the lion's day. The hyenas take a last look. They've got good reason to be battling for food. A whole new generation of fighters waiting in the wings. Just like the prides, these little cubs are still being weaned. They've got a bad reputation, but more often than not, it is in fact the hyenas that lose their kills to lions. Like the Mala Mala pride, the clan is made up of closely related females who all help out raising the young. These tiny cubs could one day square off against Chinga and her pride. But for now, they are just happy exploring. Today's sunrise in Kruger is a stark contrast to yesterday's bloody battle. So far, Chinga's been limited to observing from a safe distance. But she's now ready for the next level. Headstrong Chinga sets off. she spots a chance to make a catch of her own. A lone Hadida ibis. Emulating her mum, she slowly stalks her prey. But her mother's call cuts her fun short. This bird lives to see another day. Zena has called Chinga in for some serious business. She's found their next target. The tallest land mammal on Earth, the giraffe. It's an opportunity too good to miss for Zena and her sisters. As the giraffes move off in the fading light, the pride follows. Chinga is going along for the ride. The hunt is a success. And for Chinga, it's time to taste her first meat. It's a huge milestone. In 7 months, her diet will consist of nothing else. But this kill has come at a price. Chinga's aunt has suffered a powerful kick. She is in no mood to play. Rest is her only chance of recovery. Another month flies by. The Mala Mala lion's territory has had nearly 6 months without rain. Prey is weak, so the hunting's been easy. Chinga's grown strong. So far, Xena and her pride has had the luxury of staying put. With wild residents flocking to their territory's water source, it has served the lions well. But a rumble in the sky heralds a new chapter. The rainy season has finally arrived. Water transforms the arid plains. Parched vegetation is refreshed. The waterways of Kruger are coming back to life. A banquet of fresh flora feeds the starving herbivores. But for the Mala Mala lions, the rains are a mixed blessing. Their changing habitat forces them on the move. Prey is now scattered, and they need to follow. It's a new adventure for Chinga. A life on the move, however, has come at the worst possible time for one of the pride. Chinga's aunt hasn't recovered. Every step is painful. But to survive, she must keep up. Xena's lost her most experienced hunting ally. She's had to learn to be extra cunning when catching a meal. leopard. He's stalking impala. Xena tucks in behind. The impala head into the tall grass. Xena follows, out of sight. Spotted camouflage melts the leopard into its surroundings. Until he's just meters away from the antelope. Xena loses sight of the action. But the spotted hunter's aim was true. He hides his kill in a tree. The impala's scent lingers in the air. Xena's not a great climber, but she's more than capable of reaching these heights. Massively outweighed, the leopard can only watch as his kill gets carried away. The spotted hunter typically loses around 20% of his prey to lions and hyenas. For Xena, scavenging is a lifeline, especially when the pride is down a key member. As the rainy season progresses, Chinga's home has transformed. Now 10 months old, so has the little lioness. She's not a helpless cub anymore. Her weaning days are in the past. Meat is the only course on the young lioness's menu from now on. Chinga has become a fully fledged carnivore. The rainy season has attracted some new neighbors. Much has changed, but the pride has stuck together. keeping the cubs fed in an ever-changing environment is no mean feat. And it's not the Mala Mala lion's only triumph. The pride has kept Chinga's aunt alive. She's still on the mend, but with her sister sticking by her side, she's on her way to a full recovery. Her bond with the cubs has grown stronger. The connection a pride has is unlike any other big cat. Family is key. It serves the cubs well. With Chinga and her siblings completely weaned, Zena's hard work has paid off. In the last 10 months, Chinga has been on a wild journey. She's had to learn fast, from a tiny cub meeting the pride and finding out who to avoid in the wilds of the Kruger, to getting her first taste of meat. She'll stick with her Mala Mala lions for the rest of her life. Chinga has already beaten the odds to make it past the weaning stage. Now she's ready to meet her next challenge, becoming part of the hunting party. With her sister by her side and her family at her back, wild-born Chinga is definitely up for the challenge.